The Tara praises while His Holiness does the empowerment preparation.
Thank you.
So this completes the preparation for the empowerment to go with the dharma for the obstructing forces and visualizing the protection circle. And so as far as arousing the proper motivation is concerned, when we practice, whatever do we do, whether we're practicing on our own, receiving empowerment, so there seems to be a cleanup. The audio is really bad, worse than before. I'm not able to hear properly. So, generally speaking, when we're talking about practicing in according to the great vehicle, specifically about the Vajra Yana, it is really important to generate proper motivation, thinking that for the sake of all sentient beings, not leaving a single one of them, we're going to do practice. So we should think that we're going to obtain the full enlightenment to establish them. And so full enlightenment, just wishing for it will not be enough. We need to do something concrete. We need to go through the path. And so the path in this context starts with receiving the empowerment. So we need to receive it correctly. Since this is a practice that pertains to the fourth type of tantras and Supasapan tantras.
Are you using a computer microphone? Are you using a microphone on the webcam?
It seems to be someone else's audio that comes here. A translator.
The video can.
So this practice out of the causal vehicles and the resultant vehicles of the Vajrayana, this corresponds to the pertains to the secret mantras. And so this practice corresponds to the practice of the great master of Vajrayana. practice of the seven lines. So once more, myriads of wisdom dakinis invoked me with single voice through the melody of the seven-line prayer, and in Jambudvipa, the film to be tame of the Muni of the Shakya and the land of Vadhyana, the sons of mantra, on the island of the Lake Danakosha, atop a stalk of wondrous lotus, I came forth from Sukhavatias and Nirmanakai, known as Sakya Dorje, the lake-born Vajra, displaying inconceivable miracles, an array of wonders beyond all measures. To the heroes and dakinis of the lakeside isle, I taught, for the sake of beings present and yet to come, according to the differing positions of those to be tamed, from the very heart of the innermost secret to hundreds of thousands of tantras, scriptural transmissions, and pit instructions of the lotus net of magical instructions. All of these are in truth three roots gathered into one. The method for accomplishing the Guru himself, and the root of them all is the seven-line prayer. At the ground, so this prayer in seven branch. So it is said that this history of the Vajra seven-line prayer is renowned to be the words by which the Vajradakini invite Guru Rinpoche to their Gana Chakra feast. In former times, when 500 Tirthaka teachers, masters of grammar and logic, descended upon the monastery of glorious Nalanda and brought the teachings to the brink of ruin, so the Panditas could not defeat him in debate. The Dakini Supreme Peace appeared in a dream, the same to most of the Panditas, and prophesied, "How could you ever turn by these Tirthakas unless you invite my brother Dorje Todlensel, who dwells in the dark cemetery? The teachings will be destroyed." Since that place was hard to reach, they asked how he might be invited, and the Dakini said, "Upon the roof of the monastery lay out a vast offering, and with incense and music, with great devotion and a single voice, supplicate thus." She told them the seven-line prayer, and they did just as she said. At that very instant, Guru Rinpoche came forth from the sky and took his place as chief of the 500 great Panditas. He vanquished the 500 Tirthakas teachers through scriptures and reasoning, and when they resorted to a context of power, the Dakini Singhamuka handed him a wooden casket and commanded him to tame them, whereupon he brought down lightning and cut short the lives of the malignant Tirthakas. Later, when Guru Rinpoche came to Tibet and established the Buddha's teachings, he granted it to come karmically destined rulers and subjects, and with future disciples in mind. This very Vajra Seven-Line prayer appeared in virtually every concerned text. In this case in particular, while the Great Master himself was residing in the cave of Yarlung in answer to the Dakini Shotsagyalan and Prince Mutiksempa, who performed the vast Gana Chakra and supplicated him, he consents to its very essence the pith instruction for the accomplishing of the Vajra seven-line prayer and bestowed it as a profound treasured teaching. For the sake of fortunate disciples in the future age of dregs, he sealed it with an oath and an instruction sealing and concealed as a treasure in the white rock palace of the play of great bliss at Deni Sharten Dokam. So by thinking that the teacher is inseparable from the main deity from the mandala, please make the mandala offering to request the empowerment. Please join your hands and recite the following. Glorious Guru, again Vajradhara, ripen the harvest of virtue within my mind stream by the ceaseless nectar shower of blessing and empowerment of the profound essence, the Vajra Seven Line prayer.
What about this song? This is should I keep like this?
And now for cleansing the mind. So first there is accumulation of merit, purification of, and so it is the 7-branch offering.
So what about the Sangha?
Generally speaking, the one that we use is from the Thangtong the root of blessings, the Guru. So now will be the refuge and bodhicitta. Refuge and bodhicitta are indispensable. Refuge is the basis for all the paths. What differentiates is Buddhist and non-Buddhist. So refuge is indispensable. And specifically in Mahayana practice, whatever it may be, bodhicitta is necessary. It is the wish of establishing all sentient beings in the and so please repeat the refuge and bodhicitta. In the Guru Padma, embodiment of all the precious ones, I and other beings take refuge until awakening, that beings may attain perfect enlightenment. I arouse the supreme, unsurpassed mind of aspiration and application.
Kunjo Kunman, Guru Bamala, Chanju Pardo, Sakya Friends, Dhanam Zobre, Chanju Tabitil, Minju Lama, Neve Semjoke, Tatene Yalati Bamur.
And so now the 7 branch themselves. So just like we had said before, there's the field of accumulation in the middle of which there is Guru Rinpoche, and then the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in inconceivable amounts. The first branch is prostration, prostrations of the body, speech, and mind. And it's only one person, but we should multiply our own self in infinite amount. The second one is offerings, and so we should emanate an inconceivable amount of offerings. And then the third one is confession. And so from beginning time until now, we have accumulated all sorts of negative actions. Thinking of all of them, we should confess them. The fourth element, the fourth branch is rejoicing. And so the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Arhat and Pratyeka Buddhas, and all of them beings who are inside samsara and in nirvana. And so in front of all of them, we should rejoice their virtue. If we do that, we will obtain great virtue oneself. The fifth branch is to request them to turn the wheel of Dharma for the benefit of all sentient beings. And the sixth one, in order for these wheel of the Dharma to be unending, then we request them to abide until the end of samsara. The seventh one is dedication. And so all the merit accumulated by taking refuge, developing bodhisattva, making offerings, confessing, etc. So all this inconceivable amount of virtue we dedicated so that all sentient beings who are our mothers can obtain full enlightenment. And so uh, while remembering the meaning of the seven branch, please repeat the following: emanating as many bodies as the atoms of an ocean of realms, with the treatise and reverent mind, I pay homage, clouds of offerings filling the infinite Dharmadhatu. I present in the manner of the threefold purity, pray accept them. The mass of misdeeds and obscurations from beginningless deluded action, before you protect her, acknowledge and confess whatever virtue is gathered throughout existence and peace that brings benefit for others, I rejoice in it, until the beings of the three realms attain awakening, turn the vast wheel of the profound and extensive Dharma. May you remain as the Vajra of the three secrets, spontaneous in your deeds, and the fourfold activity benefiting beings without interruption. The holy virtuous merit gathered by myself and others in the three times, I dedicate that all limitless beings may attain awakening.
kusum kribe yidi chatalo shui ranjam kangwe chebe tin namsum tarbe chuji budi she pame chube leji didito gombo chedi jangar tosi cha sida shiwe yazo chiniba yendun jesu timber jiran kamsum dwanam chanju matobar Sakya Trichen, Kolo Jajin Kor, Chile Namchi, Dudjom Rinpoche, Zaba Hundu, Samsung Dodgershu, Dashin Tusum, Sabre Namwerke, Hayagriva and Thangton Gyalpo, Singam Jabur, Donye Lujune, Kusum Kribe, Yiki Chatalo, Shui Randam, Hawe Chebel Namsum Tarbe, Suji Budishe, Tome Trube, Legi Didito, Mombocheji, Jangan Toshisha, Sida Shire, Yazo Chiniba, Shendun Jesu, Timber Jiran, Kamsum Dranam, Chanju Matopar, Sabji Shuji, Kolo Jadinkor, Chile Namshi, Dudjom Rinpoche, Zaba Hundu, Samsung Dodgershu, Dashin Tusum, Sabre Namwerke, Hayagriva and Thangton Gyalpo.
And so by this has been the preparation for the empowerment. The next one is descent of wisdom being. And then to establish the ground of blessings and to bring down the wisdom, visualize as follows. We need to visualize by praying. You should visualize that from the Guru Rinpoche, who is united in with his consort, light rays stream out and strike you, which is drawn from the Father's mouth. Through the union of Father and Mother, it passes out the Bodhisattva through the channel of the body and reaches the Mother's lotus. It becomes the sun. And so each one of you should visualize that you become the child of Guru Rinpoche, and then you're seated on lotus, and then marked with Om Ahum on your three points, and all pervading victorious one with their hairs arise in the form of Guru Padma himself. Imagine that empowerment, blessings, and the attainment of enlightened body, speech, and mind are invited in the form of mudra syllables and hand emblems, swirling like a blizzard and dissolve into you in a soft, dense shower, and think that you received all the wisdom at once.
Robin Down Bama Yavin to Savet to one there's a Romana for Benamin de Jiki Pumbo Tongbarchang. Simi Hui in number Jovaya, this out of town, you number Sugar Chansum in number Gui. You Bammers never say in number Jover Bama Junior Canada, Cherutam Jitoba. Shargun Dangi Chamra, one day Bama Tabjera, Tina Sund. Indusum Gitsambata, Robin Gituga, Zeki Santo Pati Rose, Omintubation Ranjamne, Kaju Jawasa, the Jabatam, Guru Bama Tangent, number Shan, Pusun to Yuan Muru, the Chaga in this chanting in number, Kajar Puyutuba, the Jan Pande, Keranam, the Situ Timber, Janta. Tema Kasara Tombola Yalter Choke Mujuni Tema June Jesuda Porto Kando Mambeko Cheje Jesuda Duji Singero Jesus Guru Bema Sediro Janta Tema Kasara Tombola Yalter Choke Mujuni Tema June Jesuda, Kurdo Kandro Mamberbo, Cheji Jesuda, the Chingero Jesus, Guru Bema Sidio, in the Jan, Tema Gazerdombora, Gade Chokin Mutu, Tema June Jesuda, Kurdo Kandro Mamberbo, Cheji Jesuda, the Chingero Jesus.
Without the ground of blessing is established, imagine that the wisdom being truth, thus brought down, remains stable until awakening is attained. So now the ground of being established, now the actual confer of the empowerments, the phase, and the phase is the self-reason palace, the great immeasurable mansion of wisdom. Within dwells the deities of Padmatadrensa, the essence of the vase. From their bodies, an undefined stream of nectar flows down, entering through the crown of each of you and filling your whole body, purifying the stains of the ripened material aggregates, and imagining that you gain the supreme empowerment of the undefiled rainbow body, the Vajra body.
Hengder Kanden Pula Wangru, Jimmy want to touch Roman Benzangul Pemasidu, Oman Benzangul Pemasidu, Oman Benzangul Pemasidu, Kaya Vikan Drum 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 Benzangul Pemasidu. Kaya Vikanda. And then Daniel Sungi General.
So now the speech empowerment from the heart, from the front visualization, measureless mantra garlands, the Vajra space, the essence of the sun, in the form of blazing rays of light, stream out and dissolve into your throat, so that the movement of the karmic wind and vital efforts is purified into the central channel. Thus, imagine that you gain the attainment of unceasing Brahma measureless speech.
Om Game Yang Ranjung Dorje Muju Gunda Sanga Tabji Chaba Dujom Muju Wangur Nyaji Gomba Tarjin Shaw Ma Benzagur Masjid Waga Weekend Zaro Ma Benzagur Masjid Waga Weekend Zaro Ma Benzagur Namasid Waga Weekend Zaro Ma Benzagur Masjid Waga Weekend and the mountain lot of the whole chile Rawan Duru Tau Rinjana so Dulu to Chema to the Jundamayam. Idavning what says it Dawara German Banzagur Masidor Mabanzagur Mabanzagur Masidor Mabanzagur Masidor Mabanzagur Masidor Mabanzagur Masidor Mabanzagur Masidor. Sakya
So to all Buddhas, there is no difference in terms of compassion and in terms of power and speed of power, but due to our own karmic links, there will be a big difference between one Buddha and the other. So as far as Guru Rinpoche is concerned, whether it is people from Tibet or people from the Himalayan region, we have a very strong karmic link with Guru Rinpoche because since the first time when the Buddhist teachings have been propagated in Tibet, it is through the kindness of Guru Rinpoche. If Guru Rinpoche didn't come to Tibet, the Buddhist teachings would not have been propagated in Tibet. And then in between, for many centuries, the fact that the Buddhist teachings are propagated in every single place is all due to the kindness of Guru Rinpoche. It is said that every place is a blessed place by Guru Rinpoche in Tibet. And so even at a very very bad times as now, the Guru Rinpoche's blessings are even more swift, whether it is to bestow blessings for individual practice or for general purpose. There is nothing more effective than the Guru Rinpoche's mantra, it is going to be very difficult to cover all the meaning, but whatever the case, this is the mantra of the name of Guru Rinpoche. And so please repeat 3 times after me.
Oma Hum, Benza Guru, Brahmasiddhi Hum, Oma Hum, Benza Guru, Brahmasiddhi Hum, Benza Guru Chango Nyambo Sonrona.
And so please recite together with me one full mala of Benza Guru mantras.
Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi 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 Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Uma Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Uma Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Oma Hum Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Oma Hum Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi Om 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 Benza Guru Om Hum Benza Guru Brahmasiddhi.
So from the front visualization, so that was the speech empowerment. Now for the mind empowerment, a five-colored bindu marked with the syllable Sri, the essence of wisdom, the indivisible bliss emptiness of the enlightened mind, radiates far out and dissolves into the center of your heart, so that you actualize the realization of Ugyen Vajradhara, the fivefold wisdom essence, and become equal to the Guru himself in the qualities of abandonment and realization. Then images that you gain mastery over effortless activity. You receive the profound empowerment. The master, together with the deities, pronounce words of auspicious truth and let fall the gentle rain of flowers. Imagine that all is made excellent and well. So with the sages of the profound blessing empowerment of the peace instruction of the empowerment of Vajra Seven Line prayer well, thinking that I should properly keep the Samayas, please repeat after me. Avalokiteshvara, the very embodiment of the compassion of all victors, self a risen lotus born, free of birth and death, whose kindness surpasses that of all the Buddhas. The Vajra Seven Line prayer that ever supplicates him, and the Supreme Siddhi mantra, the total embodiment of the Sugat. I shall recite them always and hold them as my supreme yidam. The gathered quintessence of all the three roots, one deities and all together in Buddha, similar to an all-encompassing precious wish-fulfilling jewel. I shall never part from them and hold them as the stake of my very life. All the samayas, without exception of Pratimoksha, Bodhisattva and mantra, the Vajra blessings of the three secrets of Samanta Bhadraguru, the single unsurpassed refuge, may it enter swiftly in my three doors. Grant that I be free from in this very life.
Nyingma Siddhi Cho, Tadu Dashi, Yidam Chodu Song, Chasum Nola, Kasung Yungdu Ji, Windu Rinjen, Yishin Nurvichu, Naya Midar, Fog Taru Song, Sojangati, Hamji Maliva, Yunsan Guru, Jabji Lamiji, Sansun Dorji, Shilab Gosundu, Nyunju Tsedere, Chor Zeduso, Hoja Rinpoche, Rangsu Janasi, Rangjung Pema, Lechung Jejimen, Gerdin Sangye, Yule Habala, Tadu Sondev, Dorji Tsik Dundang, Deshe Yongdu, Nyingma Siddhi Cho, Tadu Dashin, Nidam Chodu Sung, Chasum Nora, Kasung Yongdu Ji, Windu Rinjen, Yishen Nurvichu, Naya Minja, Sog Tarusung, Chotangati, Hamji Maliva, Yunsan Guru, Jebji Lamiki, Sansun Dorji, Chilo Gosundu, Nyunju Tsediri, Chor Zeduso, Hoja Guntuji, Rasu Jeresi, Rangjun Bema, Malaysian Kejimen, Kadin Sange, Wille Habala, Tatu Sundu, Dorji Chiduna, Deji Yungdu, Nyingma City Jor, Tatu Dashin, Nidam Chodusun, Jasun Nora, Kasun Yungduji, Kundu Rinjen, Nishan Nurvichu, Nine Mida, Talk Tarusun, Sojangati, Hamzi Mariba, Kunsan Guru, Jebji Lamedi, Sansun Dorje, Chira Kosundo, Nyunju Tedder, Chor Tedder, so, Otati Wang Shitabi
And
Tamjik
so
Swan.
now that you have received the empowerment, it's very important to maintain the samayas. Just like in the winter, when you plant a seed, until the fruit comes, you need to take care of the plant. And so now during the empowerments, we have planted the seed, and until the result or the fruit does not get ripened, we need to put all the efforts in order to take care of that. And so the main thing is that the guru is the main root of all the blessings. And so, like we have said before, Guru Rinpoche is extremely precious. And so, from the very bottom of our heart, we should make, uh, uh, we should address our prayers. And even though we cannot do a lot of other prayers in our daily recitations, we should make the seven line prayer the very as many times as we can, because this prayer is based on the seven line prayer. And then the Benza Guru mantra, whatever we can recite, we should put all our effort into to recite them. And so this way, the the vows of Pratimoksha, those of the Bodhisattvas and the mantras. And so there are five vows in the Pratimokshas: to not kill, not steal, not lie, etc., and sexual misconduct, and so to avoid harm in this way. And so on top of that, we should avoid making any harm to others. And so there are many vows for the bodhisattvas, but the main one is to maintain altruistic wishes. And so whatever place we might be, whatever person we might be in contact in, and so we should keep the wish that I need to get enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. This we need to keep very clear in our minds. And as far as the secret mantra, the samayas, they are very vast, but the very basis is to consider that everything that we hear, that we see, and that we think, all of these are wisdom, actual display of the wisdom. And so within these, then we will have all the vows that we will be able to maintain. So going in great detail is going to very difficult, but this is the essence of the vows that we should keep. And so in order to, as a thanksgiving for receiving the empowerments, please make a mandala offering. And so please recite the following, thinking that you're offering yourself to the teacher. From this moment onwards, please consider me as a servant. I offer myself to you. Please make use of me as you wish.
So the today's main initiation is the Mahaguru Dhamma Sambhava practice. All the Buddhas, in terms of their wisdom, their compassion, their power, there's no difference. All are same. All Buddhas are same. But due to our own karmic connections, it makes a big difference. And the Guru Dhamma Sambhava, the whole Tibetans and Himalaya regions have a very special karmic connection. In the beginning, when the Buddhism first came to Tibet, it was due to his kindness, his blessing that Buddhism was well established in Tibet. And in the meantime, for many years, for so many years, that Buddhism was flourished in Tibet due to the blessings of the Guru Rinpoche. And now, in this very critical time, also, the Guru Rinpoche is the only Buddha that can invoke our blessings much quicker than any other Buddhas. So today's initiation is Guru Dhamma Sambhava practice, the 7 lines. I'm sure many of you are quite familiar. So the main practice is 7 lines, etc. 7-line prayer, and then Banjang Guru, Banjang Guru. So this you should try to practice. And wherever, day and night, all the time, you should remember the Guru Rinpoche. And if you pray to him with the sincere devotion, all your obstacles will be able to overcome, and all your wishes will be completely fulfilled. So today I didn't explain much, but basically it is this Guru Rinpoche one, and you must practice the 7-line prayer and Banjang Guru mantra. And if you do that, you will be able to overcome all obstacles and fulfill all your wishes. And I think that the Guru Dorje Sikdun Sabruki Wangarimba Chubayin, Teta Vikawata, Tula and
So now this empowerment is completed, and so in order for all sentient beings to have happiness and to not have any obstacles, and then thinking of all the difficulties that come right now, and then specifically there was someone named Loka who burned himself alive, and so may all the obscurations of his mind be purified. And then from now onwards, may he encounter a teacher, an authentic teacher, and may he be able to do the practice. So may please make this prayer. And so if one person makes an aspiration prayer, it will be very much stronger that a lot of people make the same prayer. And so please, all together, let's make the wish that he be able to encounter an authentic teacher, and that he may go through the path and then reach enlightenment.
Jambe Bari Chidar Windows Rambo Deyanti Teta Quindi Jesu Dardu Yawa Didar Tamji Ratu Jesu Shekwe Yawa Tamji Moa Kala Chodo Tagi Kiri Tawa Digu Sambo Chichi Ratu Tamba Chide Kamso Chum Tamba Niyu Shindo Sawa Tenzin Pero Kindin Tumba Tamba Yuri Neve Tashi Sho Tembe Bajur Ramishap Tenzin Kivi Satin Yomba Tembe Jindar Nadam Jerva Tamba Yuri Neve Tashi
Hello, dinama seta dudu chu jobachi, antiri konda chochu tumbi tolia, antu di konda ki shela tabde jitati shuyu, tadi zo chu di tangantu chozo nyamsu chebe kapsu, ani talan nange mangu shibji yore, takana shimbi chenda nange mangu shibji yu, chasanya dinama kasane rigudam shi tepchile shuguni, ani ngantu chozo soje chebe kapsu talan nange re, takana shimbi chenda namba re, 대리 건다 쳐서 듬비토리아 내치 자라는 수연이 간천전에 나서
Rinpoche tanda ene chipjulang yore namal hinge zo tijen chukza singjang manani ulhule shuro nas yuayi tindo namal hinge zo chukza